Welcome back, guys, to another video. Today we're playing a red character, Shanks, which is actually one of my favorites also. I think before OP09 I felt like Shanks is probably my favorite. I felt while playing it, it's a lot of fun. The 1000 cost reduction is really cool. I think I enjoyed maybe Blackbeard a little more than Shanks. And also the problem is for playing him in in real life, Rayleigh is way too expensive at the moment. It costs like 30 euros at this point, probably even more in dollars. So yeah, I think this is kind of ridiculous. I should have bought it at maybe 8. But anyways, I mean, it is what it is. I could have bought it more earlier. I don't know, but anyways, at this point. We're playing in a simulator, so it doesn't matter how expensive the cards are. It's really cool that they gave him finally a cool character. I think it's the first Shanks character in general, and also the Goldie Roger is kind of nice. So I'm quite happy about the deck, and there are a lot of different ways to play. Today we are focusing a little bit more on the a little older build, I would say. Like a more common build before, a lot of Shanks characters, like for example the Yasop or the Lucky Row are not so common at the moment anymore. Maybe also the Building Snake is not so common, and also some decks don't even play the Uta anymore. They switched a little bit to Dragon, and they sometimes also skip the Shanks and playing way less at one Newgate. So I feel like there are a lot of different builds out there today. Sometimes even they sometimes even play Whitebeard characters like the Marco or 5-cost Marco, or the new structure deck Ace, which also came in the Newgate deck. So yeah, there are a lot of different builds. Maybe I will do a updated version, maybe a little later in the year, maybe around Christmas time. OP09 is kind of new for us here, so maybe there's some new cool decklist which evolve on the western side. So yeah, maybe I get a little inspiration from there, and so yeah, we're using this classic build for today. So let's dive right into the videos. We will start with this one first, which is kind of nice because it's a buggy play or buggy game, which is not so common to see a lot of buggy players on the simulator. There are not so many actually. So yeah, we take this kind of first hand, which is kind of nice. We're going second with Shanks. You always want to go second, which is kind of sad for Buggy because usually he want to go first. The hand is kind of nice. We had like a mix between early, mid and late game cards, especially the 10-cost Shanks is really great. Maybe you don't need it as heavily as the Blackbeard in the Blackbeard deck, but it's still nice to have at least one for the end game. We are just going straight into live. He's giving us some counters. The Buggy deck is playing some Amazon Lily engine. I'm not so sure about it, but some people are using it, and also some people in the east side won with this kind of strategy, so why not? I tried it and it's actually not my favorite, but yeah, maybe for some people it's the better way to play. Because you have a little bit more blocker. One thing, as I told you in the Buggy game play, that Buggy is really lacking kind of blocker as well, like Blackbeard, but Blackbeard has the 2-cost blocker, which Buggy doesn't have. We take our blocker, the Lucky Row, which is really nice for 6,000 characters, so into Buggy, because if he gets KO'd, then we can KO him by ourselves, just by blocking. He can KO a 6-cost character, which is really strong. Yeah, we're playing another blocker, and he's blocking one of our attacks, which is also cool. This turn we doesn't have anything better to do. We have the Edward Newgate, which is kind of nice, to KO some of his low cost or low power characters. He's using the stage, which is kind of nice for him. He obviously discarded one. I don't know why he's playing the Mr. 1. Probably he doesn't have one of the other combination characters. Nice, we got another Shanks for late game, which is kind of strong, playing the new gate out. Yeah, kind of unlucky for the Buggy player that he doesn't have the Buggy. Maybe he's not playing, not everybody is playing the promo Buggy, because it could be also kind of bricky for some people. Especially if you play like people with only 5 cost or higher characters. But yeah, rely only on Crocodile is kind of sad, because then you also cannot take really advantage of the 10 cost Buggy. But anyways, he's doing it in this kind of situation. Maybe he was just unlucky. Could be happening as well. Yeah, we're using our new gates to KO the blocker, attack with our Silver Rayleigh blocker. There's the Mihawk, kind of nice for him to have a strong blocker, but probably a little late for him. Also, he playing it out without the leader ability, which is kind of interesting. He could have saved one Dawn at least, maybe he needed to discard a card, but at this point I feel like he should get every advantage for characters on the board that he could get. Yeah, so you can see we are blocking and KOing the Mr. 1, which is kind of unlucky for him. Playing out the 10 cost Shanks. So now his blocker is only a 6 cost, so he cannot block our blocker. Let's see what he's doing. Probably gives us a 2k, or he takes the life. Maybe a 2k, he has a lot of cards in hand. Let's see. Okay, yeah, 2k. He's blocking now our leader attack, and this is what we wanted, so we can KO his blocker. For him, kind of nice. He maybe thinks like, oh nice, I got 2 attacks for 1 blocker. But at this point I feel like yeah, we already have so many characters on board. He actually needs to get rid of some of our characters. He should have gone into maybe our blockers. So yeah, that would have been probably a better idea to trying to get rid of our board. At least this is what I would have done in this situation, but anyways. We're going deeper into life. We shouldn't, yeah, we actually didn't need it, oops, that was a little too fast. Yeah, we actually didn't need it to play our Shanks more earlier, because he doesn't have any blocker or something on the field, so we could just attack and then play the Shanks, which you usually play more earlier to yeah, get the -1 cost on every character. And then another into life, and yeah, actually he has the promo card and also the Crocodile. Maybe he draw it later, but kind of sad that he didn't cheated them out together. I think he yeah, lost a little bit of benefit there from, or like they benefit a lot from each other, and floating the ball we probably couldn't we couldn't KO or out the Buggy. So also our lucky row probably couldn't attack under this situation. So yeah, I mean, why not playing this one with the leader ability, just trash a Jozu, something like this, for example. Maybe he was just unlucky in the draw. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, this was more like a faster and I would say a little more chill game. So, but I feel like for the music in the background, it's just the music from the game itself. Maybe it's better to record the music and put it later in, because I just recognized that if I put it on 1.5 or even on 2, the music will get faster as well. So yeah, maybe, or I need to separate the music in an editor, cut it out and put it later in as well, but it's like a lot of work just for some extra music. So I don't know, maybe I will do it, maybe not. Just for 1.5 I think the music is fine, I would guess. Yeah, from what I see, it's kind of sad we don't have an Uta for Searcher in the early game, so we just play one of the building snakes. I don't want to play too much, because sometimes they can get rid of it, KOing them. I don't know what he's playing for build, so yeah, it's nice to have one as a secret weapon in hand, but yeah, we can technically play one to not waste too many of our dons. Playing the Lucky Row, which is also really strong into the Luffy build here, because he's playing with a lot of 5-cost characters, like 3-cost, 4-cost, 5000 character, which Lucky Row can KO kind of, yeah, nearly all of them, especially like the Frankie blocker, for example, can get KO'd, and also he's playing the Gecko Moria, and which also revives one character from the trash, usually a 4-cost, which usually all of them have between 4 and 6 cost. Yeah, especially like here, usually all of them have 5 cost. So yeah, we're playing the Silver Riley. Kinda nice that we didn't block with the Lucky Row, because if we would have blocked and KO'd one of them, or usually the Zoro, then we couldn't play the Silver Riley for drawing 2 cards and then trashing one. So we go +1, and yeah, it was just the first life, so I think it was fine to do it like this. And he actually used Gum Gum Giant, which is kind of crazy in this early game. I mean, maybe he wanted to keep the pressure, but we also have kind of like a lot of characters on the board, at least 2 mid-range characters, so I'm not sure why he used the Gum Gum Giant. Maybe want to fix his hand, I don't know what he had in hand. Yeah, and at this point we will block for sure. At this point he did also kind of like a mistake. I mean, he could have... what I would have done would be the attack with the Zoro. Like attack with him first, then get the block from the Silver Rayleigh, and then attacking with the other Zoro. Or with the blocker, because I will KO one of them for sure, and he can attack with his leader as the last point. So yeah, would have been an idea to maybe do the order a little differently, but maybe it didn't change so much anyways. Okay, he's using one of his 2-cost events, which is more common nowadays. It's kind of nice, KOing I think a 6-cost or lower for 2 Don, and returning I think also 2 Don. So nice for the leader, so you're getting some Don ramp, but on the other hand you're losing a little, so especially if you already used the leader ability, which he did for the first Zoro. Yeah, so now we're going in the other Zoro using our building snake. He could have countered out with his blocker, and now we're playing the Edward Newgate, and from here on it's really strong for us. Like the Edward Newgate, it gives so much advantage about all of the 4-cost characters he's playing. Like he can go really right. But Edward Newgate is probably too strong for him. Like he tries to KO the Edward Newgate, but at this point he also did a misplay. Like he forgot about our leader ability, or maybe he hoped that we didn't use it. He should have went into life, at least getting a life out of it. Yeah, and we can KO the blocker again. So yeah, at this point he's in a really bad situation. Sad that we didn't have the Shanks, the tank cost. Would have been nice to play him. So yeah, for now we need to play more mid-range characters, some 5 and 4 cost, and using the Uta Search, which is kind of nice. Playing the Lucky Row, which is also cool because yeah, as you can see, like he played a lot of 4 cost characters. He's going now into Moria, another 4 cost, so a free target for us again. 5000 character. And another blocker, the Shiki, which I don't know, it's like a cool card and a cool tech card, but at this moment we can just use our Uta to KO it also, so yeah, kinda unlucky for him. Like 2 of our cards already take out the other 2 of his cards. So we can play our big Shanks, KOing the Gecko Moria, going with 5 into life. Gives us a 1k, 6 into life, gives us a 2k probably, yeah, the Usopp. The idea was also a little to attack first, so he's losing some counters, and then I can attack with the Uta, because I was a little scared that he let the blocker open, which would have been kind of sad for us. Yeah, and then attack with my blocker as well, the Lucky Row. And he actually take the life, which is kind of crazy. Like for a 5 into 5, I would probably always give him 1k. Now he's trying to be clever, attacking the Lucky Row, because there's no card or only the Law to KO, but yeah, we will not let this go. We have too many cards in our hand, and especially for just a 1k, it's fine. Like, we don't need to let it go at this point. He's in a really bad position. We're in a big advantage with 4 lives and this kind of amount of characters. Yeah, and getting the 10 cost Shanks, so yeah, at this point we probably already won. If he doesn't make a big turnaround in the next round. He takes another life, which is also funny, because I thought like he has a lot of Gum Giants, so he would probably use them. He's giving us 2 1ks, this is crazy. Like, this shows me already that he probably doesn't have so many, yeah, 2ks, yeah, 2k into 2k, 2000 into 2000, and now he's taking a Gum Giant for our Lucky Row. I'm kind of confused at this point. Maybe he's a little confused as well in this situation, like he's really with the back at the wall, like he has no way to go out of this situation. We're going into live with 12k, and yeah, kinda unlucky at this point for him. At least he kept his Gecko Moria, but yeah. At this point we could have just used 2k, and he knew he, yeah, lost at this point. Anyways, was kind of good game. We saw a little of the power of the older build of the Shanks. Of course, it's not beneficial for every deck, but especially for a little low characters, for, yeah, I would say like 6 cost or lower, and yeah, like 6 cost and lower, these characters are really strong, especially like the Newgate and the Lucky Row can KO a lot and take out a lot of characters, build up into endgame, and then just the big 2 characters. And also with the Silver Riley, we didn't draw it, but would have been also a strong addition, especially for the Newgate to KO something. So this is more like a control build, I would guess. And the other one is more like a push build, like especially with the dragon going more deeper into the life and the attacks. Yeah, but anyways, there's the last one, last third one. 1.5. Oh, and I guess I forgot again to put my camera more on the top left on the shatter, because yeah, we usually don't need the shed. Okay, we take the hand, some searchers in there, some Utas. We're getting a 10 cost Shanks, we're having a 7 cost. We're going second, so yeah, getting the Yasop. Actually, yeah, kind of strong hand with the building snake, 2 2ks. We're in a good situation. I'm thinking about blocking out of it, or like countering out of it, but yeah, it's like two cards for just trashing or for getting 1 life is not worth it. So yeah, we will just let him take the first one. We still have a lot of cards in hand. At this point, or here at this situation, I just want to talk a little about like the first life. Usually you want to take it, like even if he's attacking with 6 costs or something, you have 2 costs in hand. Especially if you have 5 lives, you always want to take it, because it's like free value, I would say. But I feel at some point, especially if it's trashing, for example, I'm not a big fan of let him trash my life all the time. So you want to get the value. So in this kind of situation, you would think like, okay, yeah, then I'll counter out for sure, right? But no, I would say like, if he's attacking with 8, it could be kind of easy to just take 2k counters, like kind of simple. But I think this is actually what Nico Robin wants. Like he wanna or she wanna take some 2k counters out of our hand, and then probably gives us a card like like in the other round with the Blackbeard, just like a Jack, like no counter, and we already have the card in hand. Could be a Blackbeard for sure, or in this situation could be a Shanks. Could be like a really important card for us, but usually the odds are probably your two 2k counters are more valuable for you than whatever card is on the top of your life. For sure, there are some leaders who only have 4 lives, like Nico Robin, for example. And also, you don't need a big hand size. Maybe you're playing like a Raiju. So maybe you can afford to let the first card to get trash, or you can afford to let your 2k counters get countered out for you and go to the trash. But in general, like for Shanks, I would say, like, especially with the 5 life leader or like a Blackbeard, you can afford to let the first life go. Okay, kind of interesting. He's playing a Zoro strong card for banishing. We were playing a building snake and going into life. Also, I feel like Nico Robin is kind of a popular leader at the moment as well. I think like I have a lot of videos with her because she's just played a lot, and actually I like to play into her. She's kind of strong, but not too strong, so I feel like I'm kind of comfortable playing against her. Maybe that's why I choose her. Maybe in the future I'm trying not to play so much into her. He's playing the Zoro, strong character, like a 7 cost, always kind of bad, and then he has banish, so you don't want to let him go into your life. And at this point we don't have many options, which is also sometimes a little hard for Shanks, that he can be a little bricky. As you can see in the last game, we had like the perfect curve kind of characters for our turns, and now in this situation we doesn't. So he got kind of lucky with the triggers. He's playing an interesting build as well, maybe like a more Oda style of build. So yeah, we cannot use the building snake because we cannot attack into one of his characters or take one of his characters. Yeah, for him really lucky, just attacking with a 6 cost into our life and then KOing probably our building snake. We will give the 1000 cost to Nico Robin and then counter with a 2k, because the next one, yeah, he's KOing the building snake. The Zoro probably will go into our life. And we will trash it, because I feel like giving 2 cards, the 2k and the 1k, is maybe still not worse in comparison to the 1 card. Now we will block with our Riley. Trashing 1 card, the Lucky Roo would have been cool, but also not a game changer because he's playing more like bigger characters. Nico Robin could be playing like a hybrid build or a fast build, but usually most of them playing like a NL, like a big character build, so more for late game. Yeah, so we are debating on what to do now, because we cannot KO anything with our Ben Backman. And this situation would have been really cool if we kept the building snake in hand, so we could have KO'd the Lin or the Zoro, which would have been really strong, and then KOing with Ben Backman. Yeah, but at this point we don't have any choice. We're trying to go into the Zoro. He's countering out, which is kind of unlucky for us. So this turn was not a waste, but kind of. Always feels kind of bad if they have big characters, you're using some Don to KOing them. And then it feels kind of like a waste. Like the 3 Dons we use for our leader, kind of like a waste. Okay, we are thinking about what to do now. We're giving him 2k, minus 1000 to Robin, so we don't get so many banishes, because at this point we really want to have our life cards going directly to our hand. We give him the 1k. Yeah, best idea, giving him 2k maybe. I would maybe give him the 2k in this situation. Yeah. And now, yeah, we really in a bad spot. We need to KO his characters, especially the Zoro needs to go. But our Shanks is only it's only a 12 cost character which can attack 1 time, so yeah. It's kind of nice that he gives minus 1000 to most of his characters. Like all of the opponent characters for sure, not the leader. So we tried with the Yasuo, but yeah, couldn't. This one was kind of like a play mistake from him. he should have gave one Don to Sanji and go into the Yasop, then he would have KO'd it for sure, but at this point he just wasted one attack. We are kind of lucky because he just attacked with 5k into our Shanks, so we could have used the Yasop for countering out, which was really lucky for us. And now he takes only only takes the Yasop with the Zoro. He didn't go into life for trashing one of our life. Would have been probably a better idea, I don't know. Maybe the KOing our board was better at this point, but still. It feels like Zoro's main effect is the banish, so it feels always kind of sad if you're not using him for the banish. And then he's playing the Yamato and he can only KO our Uta. So now we are going into his banish character. Because it's like the same as Sanji, but he has the banish effect, so yeah, we're taking like same power. So we are trying to KO him, or actually we didn't really try to KO him, more like getting some counters out of his hand. So he has a really low hand size, and we have another 10 cost, so for sure Sanji will go. But we don't want to go into life and give him another card. We want to have some strong cards out of his hand. Yeah, now we have 2 Shanks, which are really nice. So now we can decide what to do at this point. Like, he's giving 1 cost, so he have 9,000 for sure. Would be probably kind of bad for him to go all of them into Yamato and then killing one of our Shanks. He probably want to play another character. But at this point we need to decide, do we want to gamble? Like, not using our 2 counter cost and taking this and banishing the card? Or do we want to wait? Maybe he's attacking only with, or how much do he need? Maybe he's only attacking with 13,000 into our Shanks, and then we're giving him the 2k, so we can counter out of our Shanks. Yeah, so I counter out, give minus 1,000 to Yamato, and he needs, like 7. Yeah, he needs 7 for KOing one of our Shanks. And actually, even if we would have hold the 2 cost counter, he could have just gave 2,000 more using all of his Don, and he would have still KO'd one of our Shanks. So now we get the Searcher, we're taking the Uta, which is only mediocre. I feel like not so nice to have only a 1 cost Searcher, but anyways, we can go with our Shanks into Yamato, which is kind of nice. We're just making sure, because he has 2 Don open, that we really KOing it. And then with the rest into life, he will probably take it, and we need to pass, sadly. So now he could go with all of his Don into our Shanks, but he knows that we have another Shanks, so yeah. But anyways, like, I thought about, like, maybe it's kind of like a waste of a turn going all of his Don into our Shanks, but he is doing it. He has no option, maybe no blocker or no KO or anything. So yeah, we will just go with our leader into life and attack with our 10 cost Shanks. Play it and attack. The rush, really nice. And we have another 10 cost Shanks in hand for KOing a big character or even a blocker, so yeah, he needs to take it. He probably doesn't have a Gum Giant, it was maybe just a bait. And now he has 6 cards, 10 cost, and needs to survive in this situation. So yeah, kinda hard for him. Let's see what he's doing. He's playing the Linden, so yeah. I don't know, it's then already a loss for him. Yeah, he's playing the Linlin and the blocker. He's hoping that one attack is not going through, that he can block. And he probably has a lot of 2 cost in hand. So he's blocking out of our 5 cost attack. Or not 5 cost, 5,000 attack. Then we're playing the big Shanks, KOing his blocker, and yeah, he had 2 2Ks and 1 1K. So Yeah, could have been kind of risky to, if we didn't had the 10 cost Shanks, just using our 10,000 Don or 10 Don for the 3 characters. Could have been kind of risky to try to attack into him. Maybe I would have gone like maybe 9 into life. Then we still have 6 plus 2 is 8. Yeah, could have been kind of risky at this point. For 9, let me calculate a little, like 9, and he had a 4 cost because of our Shanks. His 5 cost Zaru or something was his name, lost, so he only had 4,000, so he needed to counter out 5,000. Yeah, he couldn't counter out. Oh, he could have countered out. He had a 1k the Luffy also, so he could have countered out. Then we could have attacked with our Shank. Yeah, and then we needed to put 8 into Uta and attack into life. Yeah, he probably had lost for sure. But yeah, it was kind of like a nice game. Nico Robin definitely also a strong character. A lot of different builds nowadays, so it's not so easy to find the correct build at the moment. So yeah, depends a little on what you prefer. But anyways, we're here for Shanks and not for Nico Robin build. Yeah, I actually really like the build, to be honest. I like the Lucky Row, I like the Yasop. A lot of people cut them out, going more like for higher character builds. So maybe this is something you can do. It seems to be really strong, especially with the dragon. I'm not so sure about the Goldie Roger. I had one game where I sadly lost, so I didn't put it in here, but I felt like if I would have taken 1 life, played the Goldie Roger, and then attack into life, and he couldn't have blocked, so I would have probably won this match because of this slight mistake, but it's like a tech choice, could be really strong. I feel like 4 Newgate is too much, like 3 or 2 at the maximum, I would guess. Maybe the new event is kind of strong. I think, let me check. I think you can just go like this, and where is it? This one. Oh, I need to put my screen again. Where was it? Here. Like the Gum Gum Red Hawk. This one is really strong, I would say. Like KOing one of your opponent's character with a 4 cost, 4,000 power, not 4 cost, 4,000 power as a counter. Really nice if you're not wasting, but if you're using 2 dons for it, leaving 2 dons open, sometimes kind of possible, especially if you're playing like Riley in your 10 don turn, or in your 8 don turn, you're playing like a Yasop, you can leave 2 dons open and then KOing something, yeah, kind of nice, I would guess. Also in combination with the Shanks maybe, or with our leader ability, like putting a 5 cost to a 4 cost, or the 6 cost when you have Shanks on the field. So yeah, can be really strong tech choice. And also Radical Beam for sure could be, I think it's only a 1. Yeah, here, Radical Beam, like a all-time favorite, I would say, for counter cards. So yeah, could be also a strong addition. So pick whatever you like, trying some different builds. I feel like Shanks is a really versatile leader, and you can play a lot of different cards into him. So yeah, was kind of fun playing him. Maybe in the future I would do the newer kind of style of him. So yeah, stay tuned for a new Shanks video, and thank you for watching the video. Have a good day. Bye.